All right, we are live. Let's see who else is awake. Who else is alive and kicking out there tonight, everybody? Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. For Monday, April 12th, 2021. Good to see some familiar names up in the live chat already. A lot of my boys up in here this week. Let's do this, guys. Happy Michael Myers Monday. How's everybody doing? Got Cars up in here. Ken, Summit, Byron, I see. Vibes. So many of my friends. There's Ryan. Are you ready? Yeah, let's crank up some corn, man. There's Phil. What's up, man? Just saw Phil over on the TikTok doing some TikToking. Awesome. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. H triple M. That's right. I like that, kid. H triple M. There we go. How's everybody doing? Vibes liking my shirt already. Thank you very much. This one is from the Myers house, North Carolina. If you can see the whole thing there. It's one of my favorites as well. Check them out online. When you talk to Kenny, who owns the house and lives there, tell him Matt at HDN sent you. We love the Myers house here in North Carolina. There's David Suber, my man. Thank you for being here, everybody. All right, as we're just getting going here, first of all, welcome if you've never been here before, and if you are returning, welcome back. I'm Matt with Halloween Daily News. Of course, this is Michael Myers Monday Live, our weekly live chat and broadcast where we go over the week's Myers news and interact with the fans and the fans of the greatest franchise in horror, and that is, of course, the Halloween movie franchise. As people are filtering in here and finding the stream, I'm going to go ahead and do my weekly in-stock show and tell. And I got a few items here, mainly are fear fresheners. Formerly known as scare fresheners, they are air fresheners that Trick or Treat Studios produces called fear fresheners. And we've a whole bunch of Myers ones in stock right now. Myers ones. Does that make any sense? I don't think so. Myers fresheners. Whole bunch of different Myers. Apostrophe. Here, of course, the 1978. There you can see the freshener. This is the Halloween 78 Michael Myers Fear Freshener, and this is the poster image, that famous poster image. Both of these happen to be cinnamon scented. You can hang them in your car, hang them in your house, hang them wherever, hang them on your Christmas tree, on your Halloween tree. You know, I know you guys got a Halloween tree. Now, we've also got some Halloween 3 fear fresheners, and I actually just noticed, well, here's the Silver Shamrock logo. You saw me showing that off the other week. Here's the TV pumpkin that I use as like an intro thing for a lot of these broadcasts. I figure that makes sense. You can imagine the Silver Shamrock theme playing in the background. We've also got each of the Silver Shamrock masks in fear freshener form, although they are technically older versions that if you look closely, they are still labeled as scare fresheners. So that makes them somewhat of a collector's item because now they are marketed as fear fresheners. And I've got a couple of each of the masks. That was the skull. Of course, the classic Don Post skull. Got the pumpkin. And of course, the witch. Now, we don't have the masks in stock right now themselves, but we do have these fear fresheners, each of them. They're all just $4 plus shipping. And these three Silver Shamrocks, and I literally just noticed this before coming on the air tonight, but they are labeled still as scare fresheners, and they came just a few weeks ago, so they that's kind of makes them a little more collectors worthy. And then if you just can't get enough Myers, because of course it is Michael Myers Monday, we've got Halloween 5 Michael Myers Fear Freshener. Once again, a cinnamon scent on that one. The Silver Shamrocks are vanilla scented. And this one here, the Curse of Michael Myers, is also vanilla scented. There we go. And last but not least, just re-added to the online store. We were out for quite some time. It is the Halloween H2O. And again, they are officially called Fear Fresheners now, but this one is like the H3 masks. This one is actually labeled a Scare Freshener. So, if that stuff matters to you and you need every single variation, which I completely understand, then you're gonna want to get. We've got just a very few of those H2Os. I think like maybe 2 or 3 of them in stock right now. There's Mr. Fazbear Frights up in the live chat. Finally, I'm early. Awesome. I'm glad you made it here. Awesome. Visible Saints here. Thank you for being here again, man. Great to see you. There's Byron, of course. Good to see everybody up in here. Glad there's no H8 one. Yeah, vibes. We have had. There is one in existence. We don't have any in stock right now. I don't know that we ever had the H8s in stock actually. Um, that mask just because we tried to get the variations for the collectors, but also just for the average person at a convention or whatever that they just want a Michael Myers, instantly identifiable. So we felt like some of the other ones were a little more identifiable. Even the Curse, actually, I kind of feel like that mask is somewhat a little more identifiable. Okay, so here we are, guys. It's Michael Myers Monday. And we're gonna go in this Eddie Guerrero. What did I miss about H2O? Just that we've got some fear fresheners in stock, and they're actually still technically labeled the old label of scare fresheners, so they're extra collectible. That's what I was just saying about the H2O. We've got just a couple of them in stock at our online store right now. HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop. Lots of masks. And, of course, now we carry collectibles as well. And I've showed this guy off before. But again, they're going fast and they're awesome. This is the Halloween 2 reaction figure, 3 3/4 inch. You can see it's got that awesome poster image on the card back. These are made by Super 7. And they are killer. There's also a Laurie Strode out there. We do not have Laurie in stock at the moment, but we do have a bunch of these Michaels, and hopefully we're going to be getting some Laurie Strodes in at some point. So, and we do still have a few 78 masks. Just sold another one. Just shipped another one out today, but we still got some. And still got a few other Boogeyman masks and Bloody Editions as well. I'm not going to pull them out tonight, though. I feel like we just went over the masks last week. I was just going to double check that price. Yeah, it's $18 plus shipping on the reaction. So, and you might want to get 2. One to take out and play with and photograph and see up close, and one to keep in the awesome retro style packaging, meant to look like the old Star Wars figures and so forth from the 80s. Let's see. I saw Matt V chimed in on here. Good to see you guys. This is great. Phil's up in here. Awesome. All right, so let's get into some news items. Again, not a huge week, but there are a few things that I pulled out to talk about. And I don't have a new interview to talk about. I do have my part 2 of my Damian Leone interview coming out this Wednesday, and I hope you'll check that out. I hope you checked out part 1 last week. But this is Michael Myers Monday, so I'm going to try to keep it on topic on that. Although, definitely check that interview when it comes out. What I do have, though, loaded up in just a little bit is a couple clips from 2018, from the H4O 40 Years of Terror event that I figure might be fun as we are getting hyped for, I don't know, are we going to get our first look, like maybe a teaser poster of Halloween Kills this week? I mean, we're right at the 6-month mark as of this Thursday, so I want to talk about that just a little bit. But before I get to that, there's just a couple quick news bullets I wanted to bring to your attention if you didn't know already. First up, the children's book that came out earlier this year, The Legend of Halloween. I've talked about it. I own a copy. I've brought it on here to and basically giving you my review of it. Well, we just got word that they are back in stock at on Amazon right now. So the link in our review article, which I will put down in the description after I'm done here. I meant to do it earlier. But anyway, if you go to HalloweenDailyNews.com and search for Legend of Halloween, you'll find it. And the Amazon links there, which are affiliate links, you can then they're in stock right now on Amazon. They've been out of stock pretty much since the pre-orders went up. They only had a very few available through Amazon, and those pre-orders went within, I think, maybe a few hours. It was super quick. And evidently they've already got another printing up and ready now that they're taking orders from. So that is The Legend of Halloween, of course, by David Gordon Green and Uner Tikel. And that is the illustrated retelling of John Carpenter's Halloween 1978. And there you can see just a couple pages. I've showed you guys this before. We've talked about it. These are a couple of the pages from inside the book itself. They were released courtesy of Entertainment Weekly. And that, of course, is the cover. So, like I said, you can find out more about that at HalloweenDailyNews.com. It's The Legend of Halloween, the children's book. They're back in stock right now. I wrote a review, and I basically said that, yeah, for fans of this franchise, you're going to want to own this. It is absolutely a collector's item, and it's actually a really fun, kind of lighthearted, heartwarming even way to get this story retold. And possibly, if your kids are at the right age, maybe be their first introduction into the franchise. Aha, see El Senor Dia Creepy Pastero. Welcome, Senor. Great to see you guys. All right, next up on the news list. Did you guys hear about the 2021 Fangoria Chainsaw Awards? Have you guys heard about this? Fangoria's been around forever, and since like the 90s, I think the early 90s, they started doing the Chainsaw Awards, which is, horror's Oscars pretty much. Fangoria, this legendary brand, been through a lot of owners in recent years. It's now been relaunched. It's in new hands, and they're doing some really cool things. So this Sunday, actually, April 18th, is going to be the Chainsaw Awards. It's going to be broadcast. Now, it has been on TV before, but it's never been broadcast globally streaming. And this time they've partnered with Shudder to present this event. And I'm telling you all this not because Halloween is nominated for anything, because it's not, because they're honoring nominees of 2020 films, and there were a few, believe it or not. I know it seems like, but I'm telling you all this because some of our friends, some of our favorite people, are going to be among the presenters, including Jamie Lee Curtis herself. She will be a presenter at the 2021 Chainsaw Awards, along with James Jude Courtney and Jason Blum. All three of them are going to be part of this event. They are going to be, I don't know what they're going to be presenting exactly, but they will be presenting an award. And it's undetermined right now if they're going to be together or, how it's all going to work. The event was filmed. It was filmed, what am I trying to say? Remotely. So it's all pre-recorded. It's not live. It will premiere on Shudder this Saturday night, and then they have said that after its premiere, they are going to put the entire ceremony on Fangoria's social media accounts, presumably here on YouTube. So, definitely going to be checking that out. And again, we'll talk about the likelihood of maybe a poster comes this week, maybe it doesn't. If it doesn't, who knows? Maybe that's something where they might even drop some kind of HK teaser image, maybe. I don't know. Probably not during that. I don't think that's going to happen, but definitely cool that they're there, and they're really kind of giving Jamie Lee Curtis very much a kind of top billing on this. Like she was in the uh, listed first in the press release. Um, let's go to that now. We'll flash over to here. This is the article that's got the press release. You can see that it's going to be hosted by David Smolkian. Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be there along with Keith David, Kevin Smith. Like I said, James, Jude Courtney, Jason Blum, Doug Jones, many, many others. Um, Lots of cool nominees, and that's happening this Saturday, April 18th. You guys tell me if you got Shudder. And if you're going to be watching it. I'm very curious. We will definitely be reporting on the winners as they are announced. So you're definitely going to want to check that out. Also, just a reminder while we're here, just a quick reminder. I told you guys about this a few weeks ago. I just want to remind you that John Carpenter and Nick Castle together are doing a Masters of Horror Q&A and live event, part of GalaxyCon Live. And if you go to galaxycon.com, I registered. I watched Anthony Michael Hall's live event they did, and I also went to virtually attended Carpenter's in January on his birthday. So they do a pretty good job. And again, it's basically a Zoom interview that's broadcast live, and it's completely free. And so you want to go to galaxycon.com. All they need is your email, and then they will email you, and they will let you know that they'll send you a reminder when it's coming, and you go in and you can just watch, and you can also opt to do the live chat there. And I've said before, we should all, any of you guys watching, any of you regulars, we should all plan to use, our YouTube names and go there so that we'll recognize each other with the same names and kind of gather for this event. So that's coming up in just a couple weeks on May the 1st. That's also a Saturday. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So I told you guys I'd remind you, and I will remind you the week before that event one more time. But I'll definitely be listening and watching. And if you are interested, I mean, after the Q&A is completely free, but after they do that, then they do kind of like the cameo video appearances where people can pay to have like one-on-one chat time with them. And I've never done that, but yeah, apparently you get whatever it is, a minute or two, excuse me, one-on-one time via Zoom, and then you could also pre-order autographs from them as well. So if you don't have your Carpenter autograph or your Castle autograph yet, this is a great opportunity. So you might want to be there for that. Ryan, talk about Danielle Harris back on TV. Yes, I was just going to talk about that here in just a second. There's Mitchell. What's up, man? Time away was cut short. Yeah, thanks for talking about Shutter. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, that event this Saturday is going to be great. I can't wait to watch that. Like I said, basically horror's Oscars, so we need to all, support that and support what Fangoria is doing and what Shutter is doing because this is kind of horror's version of the Oscars, which only makes sense that they bring out the big guns with Jamie Lee Curtis, Jason Blum, James U. Courtney. So very stoked for that. Yeah, I was just gonna mention Danielle. Did you guys see her on the Connors? We talked about that last week. Uh, I did end up watching the episode. It was actually a two-part episode, and yeah, I didn't watch it that night, but I ended up streaming it, and it was good. It was really good. I liked what they did. Like I said, I was never like Roseanne was never appointment viewing for me. I was never like a regular viewer, and I'm not really a regular viewer of the Connors, but I saw their Halloween episode last year, and I So I liked what they did. I thought it was 2 good episodes. It was definitely entertaining. All right, up pause. We've got a super chat from Mitchell Kindly for $4.99. Thank you so much, Mitchell. Keep it up. Hey, yeah, I thought you were gonna be out of town, man. I thought you were gonna be out of here for a couple weeks. I'm stoked that you're back. I hope everything's well. Thank you, man, and thank you for the encouragement to keep it up. We plan to. Yeah, Big Mitch back at it again. Yes, sir. Um, yeah, so I was talking about Danielle Harris, and she was just on The Conners as her character from Roseanne from the '90s, and I thought it was great. But did you guys see her post over the weekend? She actually shared a post, which is some interesting news, some pretty cool alum news, and I'll pull that up now. There's her Instagram post from 2 days ago, and you can see that's Danielle with Scout Taylor Compton doing some kind of photo shoot, and she says, "We're starting a podcast." Boom, right? And they go on to say that they are asking fans to submit their ideas of what the name of their podcast should be. And presumably they're going to pick the best one. And then that person will have the honor of having named their podcast. So we're definitely curious to see what that's going to be about. What she says in the text here, each episode will be taking your undying questions about life, love, sex, and of course horror. So pretty much all the essentials, right, guys? Life, love, sex, and horror. I mean, what else? What else is there? I guess you could throw pizza and beer under life, and that pretty much covers it, I think. So we're definitely going to be looking forward to checking that out and seeing, what type of podcast they do. I imagine, life, love, sex, and horror. I imagine with Danielle and Scout's connections in the industry, it's I can picture it's going to be very much probably somewhat like Sean and Christopher's thing with two heads, where it's but from a feminine perspective, obviously, and the female perspective on the industry and the genre specifically. I think it seems from that. So anyway, very exciting. Who knows when that's gonna debut? She also posted a few other photos, and Scout posted a few on their IG stories that are even a little more racier than that one there. So I don't know if they're gonna pop up in promotions or just social or what's going on, what they're cooking up, but definitely going to be keeping close tabs on that. We love both of them, of course, and obviously with them being so closely tied to the franchise, Danielle's been in 4 movies, Scout in 2, playing the pivotal role of Laurie Strode. So, very interested to see what they do with their podcast. And also, just while we're on the subject, you might have saw just today, Danielle posted this beauty on Instagram. Of course, she's too cool to use the hashtag Michael Myers Monday, even though she did post it today on Michael Myers Monday. But, excuse me, that is a classic vintage image from the set of Halloween 5. And that is the great Greg Nicotero there, very young Greg Nicotero with an extremely young Danielle Harris from Halloween 5. And pretty awesome piece of horror history there, especially considering where both of their careers have gone and are now. So pretty cool. All right, so that's the news headlines for this week that I got. You guys let me know if what I missed. I'm sure there's something, but oh my gosh, I am late to the party. Ryan Korn, $10. Sell me your t-shirt. LOL, no joke. Oh man. Oh man. Hey, I'm sure Kenny's probably still got some. He's got to probably have some. And actually, you probably don't even want this one because I think it's got like a tear somewhere in it. But thank you for the compliment and thank you for the $10. Let's pause and recognize Ryan Korn. Are you ready? Yes. Thank you, man. I love it. Yeah, I love this t-shirt. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Make sure you can see the whole thing. I love this. He used to put out one almost every year, and he hasn't done a new one in the last few years, but he is doing the on-set cinema series that I've talked about, and he usually does ones that are tied to the events there. But always some cool stuff. And I wish I knew actually who the artist is. I don't, but I'll have to ask Kenny. But there's that T-shirt, so you guys can get a good look. Myers House, Spook House costumes. Thank you, Ryan. I'll drink to that. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Yes, let's see. Someone's asking about new Halloween Kills poster this month. Mitchell says trailer will be attached to Candyman. Yeah, I think yes, that's what I want to talk about next is the poster. Are we getting a poster this week? I think this week would be the earliest we would get it. I still think there's a really good chance for this Thursday. I've not heard anything one way or the other. Not that I necessarily would. Uh, I'm, again, you go back to 2019. It was April or 2018, excuse me. It was April 19th, 2018, when that very first teaser poster was released, and what a day that was because that was the first look at Michael, in that new movie. And we go back to that. I was looking at some of the other images from the film, and I mean, there's what a moment that was, right? I mean, just take yourselves back 3 years to spring 2018, and the day that poster dropped, and JLC and Carpenter and everybody shared it, and it just exploded, and all of a sudden we had our first glimpse at what the new mask was going to look like. The new version of the old mask aged, and wow, just how epic that was that day. So I had said all along that I felt like last year we would most likely get a teaser 6 months out. It's Universal still, the same marketing team. It makes perfect sense. And I'm still hoping that that's going to be the case this year. I think it makes sense that that we would get something about now. It was January when we got those first two images from Empire and Total Film. It's been a little while. It's been about 4 months since that. It's been really quiet these last few weeks, like it's especially quiet. So I feel like something's about to happen. If not this week, definitely this month. Most likely another teaser poster. That certainly makes the most sense. That's what I'm hoping to see. That's what I know you guys are hoping to see. What I'd love to hear from you is what are you hoping to see in that poster? Do you think it's going to be? I think it's going to be probably fairly simple, like this one. Which I love. This one as the first image. I felt it was haunting and just soulful and just creepy. I mean, I love this image so much for the teaser poster, and I don't know what they could do that could possibly top it or even match it, but I am down with it and can't wait to see. So, that being said, all that being said, it makes perfect sense to get something this Thursday, which would be actually 6 months to the day, April 15th. The only thing that makes me just the slightest bit a little hesitant that maybe it might not happen quite yet is that we are of course still in the middle of a pandemic, and we are things are still changing, and I just have not seen, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but there nothing else film wise is really that far out, 6 months out at this moment, doing much marketing that I'm seeing. So I mean that still doesn't mean that they don't want to keep the excitement growing and they don't want to keep ramping it up. I think they do. I think they certainly do. But only the only reason that the marketing schedule might be changed is the same reason it was changed last year, and that's because of the unpredictability of the current way that the world lives in. I'm seeing lots of theaters are being allowed to open back at higher percentages now around the country. Some even at 100% saying in June. I don't know if that's um, even a good idea. That by June, I don't know, but they are opening. But then I'm also seeing like the famous ArcLight Dome in Hollywood just announced tonight that they're closing down. Apparently, I just saw that headline on social media. So I don't know. I mean, but I'm certainly hopeful. And another question I had for you guys: what do you want to see in this poster? And also, when the teaser drops, be it this Thursday or whenever, it's possible they do it on a Monday. And if so, I'd say somebody in that marketing team is aware of our broadcast. But but most likely they're not going to make it that convenient for me and do it on a Monday. But it's possible. But let's say it's on a Thursday or whatever day. Should we plan to gather here for a live? I want to hear what you guys think. Should we come on here and dissect it? It might just be a simple silhouetted image or something. But obviously, that will give us a lot to talk about, whatever happens there. So, you guys let me know. I want to hear your thoughts. Should we do a live? Mitchell, kindly, another super chat. Thank you, Mitchell, once again. You are the best, man. Thank you so much. Awesome. Mitchell's got some scoop on James Courtney, it looks like. So is that somebody at a convention, I guess, talked to him? Because, I mean, that's confirming some of what he thought when I interviewed him, but nothing was set in stone as far as when HNs is going to film. Mitchell's saying August. That certainly would make sense and would jive with everything else I've been hearing. I would think maybe September, but in early August, I could definitely see that being reality. But and you said he revealed some poster details last month. Let's. I did not see that. So if you got a link, Mitchell, uh, share that link, man, so we can see those details. No spoilery details, of course. Um, and again, I know we talked before, but Andy Matichak had signed off on some kind of poster a year ago, which would mean that she's featured in some way in whatever she signed off. Now, that doesn't mean it'll be, uh, the this teaser poster necessarily. It doesn't even mean that whatever was signed off on a year ago would still be used, but it doesn't mean it won't either. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Sammy Gomez, happy Michael Myers Monday, man. Summit says yes, do a live stream when the poster is released and when the teaser releases. Um, how did I find the link already, Matt? Yeah, let me see the link. I'd love to see. Byron says late April poster teaser, maybe June. Yeah, I think so. That sounds about right to me. While we're celebrating, the insurance money went through for HN's film set green light. Okay, all right. You got this. You got the scoop, man. Yeah, I mean, I know it's sad. It's definitely going to happen. But yeah, I've not heard anything about insurance money. But awesome, that's great news. And okay, so somebody's saying yes, we should do a live when the poster releases, whatever day that is, and then maybe earlier in the evening, even maybe not necessarily at 10:30. Of course, that'll have to partially depend on what else I got going on that day, obviously. But maybe I don't know, like an 8 p.m. or something. Byron's asking about the two concept tracks of Allison takes the fight and Allison's revenge. Oh, the tracks themselves. I have not listened to them, but the synopsises for your Allison movies, yeah. I mean, like I said last week, I love those synopsises. Um, I mean, the one where Allison becomes a killer after Halloween ends, kind of like, like an alternate Jamie Lloyd story, how they could have continued after Halloween 4. I think would be great. Um, all right. Before I get too much further, I did load up a couple brief clips to share with you guys. Now, this is not new stuff that's never been released. It's not world premiere, and it's not from an interview, but I do have a clip right now I was going to play. This is actually from the 40 Years of Terror event in Pasadena, H40 in 2018. And it was just an epic event out there. The entire franchise gathered, the largest gathering of Michael Myers actors ever in one place. And many of you were probably there that are watching this, and if so, you know how special and epic it was. But if you weren't there, then I thought this might be something fun to share. And if not, I just thought it was kind of timely, given that we are, ostensibly entering the Halloween Kills uh, final stretch here, the final 6 months after such a wait. So, we're looking at that team in the 2018 film. Mitchell again. Happy Michael Myers Monday, man. Thank you. You're awesome. Anyway, this clip is David Gordon Green himself at the Halloween 2018 panel talking about how Halloween 2018 came to be, how he and Danny McBride came to the decision to ignore the sequels and to carve a new path from John Carpenter's original film, and also the involvement of Carpenter and how they, I think he says in the clip, uh, how they kissed the ring of the Godfather. I think is his quote if I've got it right. So I'm gonna pull this clip up right now, and it's not very long. It's about 3.5 minutes, and you guys can watch this, and then I'll be back on, and we'll talk a little bit more about it. Again, this is David Gordon Green, recorded at the it was October, I guess it was the 13th of October 2018, Saturday, South Pasadena, at the H40 40 Years of Terror Halloween Reunion event. Check it out.
Specifically, and so we just started putting ourselves in the mind of our own appreciation of the original film. Loving every film that's been made in the franchise and appreciating them, but wanting specifically to honor Carpenter's 1978 film. When we got to the core of what we were responding to about that movie, it was the simplicity. It was not motivation. It was not justification. It was not an elaborate backstory. It was something very primal and unexplained. And that's what really terrified us about that. So then we said, what if? Would the world hate us? Would the world reject us if we said there was no Halloween 2 and beyond? But we started right there. So it was an initial kind of novelty idea that the more we started following that thread, the more we started finding a narrative that we really liked because of its raw simplicity. There was a couple ways to look at it. Are we going to kiss the ring of the Godfather, or are we going to invite him into our crazy circus and let him be a part of making the creative decisions of the world that he created in the first place? And so I went in with very limited expectations, but such high hopes and enthusiasm we're in his house. There's a Starman poster on his wall. I mean, there's I talk about the nostalgic kid in me because he just won't stop making movies. And so I'm seeing this, and Danny and I are just looking to each other, like nudging each other. We can't believe we're in this dude's house. His phone goes off, and it's the Halloween theme, and so many things of that were just this beautiful opportunity for two guys. I mean, Danny and I went to film school together and been talking about making horror movies since we were 19 years old together. And so then we're there and we're pitching the idea. He's kind of nodding, and then he has some ideas and some questions, and it was that kind of immediately, not just a yes or no, or it wasn't just Kiss the Ring of the Godfather. It was like a creative energy right out of the gate, and then just almost just blurting out. I was like, "And will you do the music?" And then he just kind of smiled and he said, "We'll see about that part." So it became this very warm environment, a safe place to throw crazy ideas and hear how he'd respond. And that initial meeting was, the adrenaline that I had at that point was quickly replaced by just a comfortable creative collaborator. You get artists like Christopher and Vincent on your project, and all of a sudden start seeing what's showing up on set, there becomes another opportunity beyond what I had imagined. And I guess I had assumed, because of our budgetary constraints and because of this and that we wouldn't be able to get away with some of the things that when they showed up on set, I was like, we're filming it. And then I'm in the editing room like, we're using it. Because, so there's a line, and we cross it sometimes, and there's some gnarly shit in it. So I hope you enjoy that part as well.
All right, David Gordon Green talking Halloween 2018. That was a real treat having him there. And don't know when I'll necessarily get a chance to interview him. So I figured it was, want to get as much mileage out of that footage as possible. And that might be the closest I can get to him for a while. But you never know. But he definitely seems cool. That was a great time. You see James up there and Rian and everybody. Also present at that panel, in addition to Christopher Nelson and so many other people, was the man himself, Malik Akkad. And, he was there at H4O mingling around. And, of course, I hope to interview Malik one day and hoping to put that together, maybe even around Halloween Kills time. But I do have just a very short clip I'm going to play for you guys now. This is Malik also talking at the same panel about the 2018 film, and specifically how it came to be that this group, David Gordon Green and Danny McBride's production company, it's called Rough House Pictures, along with Blumhouse, of course. Ryan Turk is here at the panel as well, and representing Blumhouse, and of course Universal. How all of this came to be, and Malik's team at Trancas, how they all came to be to make 2018 a reality. Because like we talked about last year, it was Halloween Returns for a long time. That was announced. That was very much down the line in development. If you watch Sean and Christopher's interview with Patrick Mountain and Marcus Dunstan, they already had their Michael Myers cast for Halloween Returns. They had their Myers. It was set. So they were literally like, weeks, if not days, from getting in front of cameras for that when everything changed. And, it certainly could be argued right now in retrospect that it changed for the better. And Malik makes an argument for that because, of course, they separated from the Weinsteins and that whole organization, and that freed Malik to now work with Jason Blum and the team at Universal and David Gordon Green's team. So this is another very short clip. It's just about a minute and a half, but here is the man himself, Malik Akkad, at 40 Years of Terror. And sorry for that opening glitch on the other clip. If that happens again, well, it might happen again, but but that's what happens with live broadcasting sometimes. Anyway, here we go. Here's Mal.
Well, a miraculous thing happened on the way to Haddonfield, and that was when the rights came out of the previous studio. I'm sure most of you know who I'm talking about. We had spent 6 years trying to get another film going, and my biggest concern was they just didn't realize what they had and the attraction that this franchise has and how deeply the fans care about it. We were talking. I was being asked to shoot in Serbia for no money, and it was pretty much a nightmare. A miraculous thing happened when that ended. We were able to look around and partner up with people who do get it and who, and as you've seen, know how to market it, know how to make it. It's just been amazing. And speaking of John Carpenter, as soon as those rights came up and I was sort of free of that, he was the first person I went and saw, and I just said, you've got to be a part of this, and everybody collectively we're so excited about that and on board with that. But that fateful day is what led to all the stars aligning, and Jamie and John and David and Blumhouse, and so I do call it the sort of the miracle day, and here we are now.
There you go, guys. Another flashback clip, another throwback to that awesome panel. I see David Suber was there. Yes, the panel was so good. There's another great moment that I've put up on this channel, and I share. I try to share it at least once a month, and I didn't load it up today, so I don't have it queued up for you right now. But there was a great moment towards the beginning of that Halloween 2018 panel when Nick Castle actually crashed the panel and came in and said, "What the fuck?" And it was just great and literally surprised everybody. And it was right at a moment when James was talking. It was just great. It was a great moment. And he came up and said, "They doing all right?" And the crowd went nuts. He said, "All right." And then he went back to his table, and the panel continued, and it was great. But it was an honest surprise moment, and we got it on tape. Yeah, David remembers that. That's right. Yeah, I mean, such a great time at that event. Any of you guys that were there know what I'm talking about beyond a shadow of a doubt. You know, that was just an unbelievable event, and now, now we look ahead. Maybe will there be a 35 or a 45 years of terror in 2023? I hope so, because I certainly, uh, if they do another one of these, I can't imagine not being there. It was just, yeah. If you've never been to one, and it took us a while to get there. We weren't there at the 25th, and we weren't there at the 30th, and we couldn't get there for the 35th. But the 40th, we were able to make it happen. So great. So that was some fun clips there, and just again about the kind of the reverence that David Gordon Green approached this with, and I loved hearing both of them talk about Carpenter and how important it was to have him involved, even in an executive producer role, because they were literally getting his blessing, and as David said, bringing him in not just for the paycheck, which we know John would probably be fine with that, but they actually wanted some feedback if he was willing to give it, and it sounds like he was. So that was awesome. Mitchell, again, thank you, man. Thank you. Super chat from Super Mitch. Awesome. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Yeah. Matt V's going to watch 2018 again for the millionth time, or should I go retro 4 or 5? Hey, go for it, man. Yeah, go for it. Retro 4 or 5. I mean, they're an awesome double feature, and goes with some of our Danielle news we're talking about. Certainly her post today. 2018, yeah, I'm like you. I've seen it. I feel like I've seen it a million times now. Definitely will be rewatching it another time or two between here and Kills for sure. All right, guys, let's go over now and look at some of this week's posts, Michael Myers Monday posts. This is kind of a new thing I've been doing, and this week I'm going to do it a little bit differently. And rather than showing you the screen grabs of everything so we can actually look at some of the video stuff, I figured we'll just do it like this. So let's try this. Over here on Twitter today, this is actually one I haven't seen yet. And this is from @Beth Manji. And she says hashtag Michael Myers Monday. And it's of course, Michael in the backyard with the axe in Halloween 6. And the text there says, take that Monday. And I always talk about how everybody has kind of made Michael Myers Monday their own in so many different ways. So that's one of the ways is attacking Monday and basically being the Michael to the Monday. That's certainly one way to approach it. Another way that a lot of people approach it is, of course, Michael Monday is the Michael in the story, but it all works. Oh yeah, and over here I've talked about the Halloween verse before. You need to follow all these characters. Every character from the entire franchise is somewhere on Twitter. And they were just on fire today. Here's Linda, who's a regular Michael Myers Monday hashtag user. And here is her post today where she, at Totally Linda V, she says, I had way too much beer with Bob over spring break. I'm totally feeling it today. Hashtag hair of the dog. Hashtag Michael Myers Monday. But then, as if that's not awesome enough, we got Bob at Bob Wants Beer 1 responding to his girl Linda. Says, I'm glad you're enjoying hashtag Michael Myers Monday. I just ran out of beer. So, and again, I've talked about the Halloween verse Twitter accounts. They are all over every character you can think of, especially the smaller characters. They're all on there. I try to follow them all. They're a lot of fun, and always posted hilarious stuff in character. Speaking of which, Rachel getting into the fun today too. That's of course at Rach Carruthers. It's Rachel Carruthers, and she says, I hope the kids at school don't torment Jamie with that hashtag Michael Myers Monday stuff. She doesn't like that. So now Jamie's getting tormented by Michael Myers Monday. It's pretty awesome. Now over here on Instagram, this is let's see, that's Erin Go Brad over here on Instagram. She says, my bead shipment arrived and Michael Myers Perler is complete. It's roughly 20 inches tall, and I have no idea what the bead count is. 10,000? Can't say, and I don't really feel like counting. And you can see how impressive this is. This is all made out of these beads. Look at that. It's crazy, right, guys? I mean, that is amazing. That is some awesome, awesome talent right there. From Aaron Go Brad. Michael Myers, a perler, they call it. This guy also on Instagram today, Johnny Ghoul Bloody. And I'm not going to play you the copyrighted sound, but it is the scene, you know, the scene when Nurse Marion reveals to Loomis that Michael and Laurie are siblings. And when she says that was his sister, here's his reaction. Again. Oh man, I can watch these things forever. Yeah, Johnny Ghoul Bloody. Thank you, sir. And another one. Aha, right here. This is from The Real Tyler Main, and that is Tyler Main's official Instagram account. It's always great when anybody from the franchise uses the hashtag and gets into Michael Myers Monday, especially one of the men who has been behind the mask and played Michael Myers. And Tyler is probably the most regular Michael Myers Monday poster of all the Michael Myers actors. He gets into it all the time, and we love him for it. And this video is obviously he's reposting it from TikTok. I've been seeing a lot of these videos popping up in social media from TikTok, and I actually went and followed this guy. He's at mmyers1031 over on TikTok. And here's the quick little video. And yeah, there's a ton of these where this guy just does this. They're just riding around, and Michael looks over, and they get people's reaction. And some people are scared, some people are freaked out, some people love it. And Tyler Main gives some friendly advice, though. He says, "Laughed my ass off this Michael Myers Monday, but from one Michael to another, slow your roll. Take your time on that head turn, and in all caps, tilt." Right, right. I mean, what's wrong with this video? It's funny, it's cool, but yeah, plenty of time. You could have done a nice slow head tilt right there. Would have been better. And yeah, that is a quick turn for the shape. Quicker than than we're used to seeing the shape move, I think, generally. So that's some of this week's highlights from the Michael Myers Monday hashtag on Twitter and on Instagram. Keep it up, guys. Let's get this trending. This is our year. This is our time. So let's get the Michael Myers Monday hashtag going nationwide this year. What do you guys think? You think we can do it? Yeah, you guys follow him on TikTok. That's awesome. Mitchell with another super chat. Unbelievable, man. Stop the show. Toast to Mitch. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Yeah, you guys, these super chats really help keep us going here and allow HDN to continue these broadcasts and these other videos that you see I put together, and just do what we do, including traveling. You know, we're mapping out our year right now, and keeping a lot of October open though, because you never know. You never know what theater is going to have the best screen to watch HK on. I have to go to a couple. Someone's asking what I think of the Mortal Kombat movie coming out later this month. I'll watch it. I mean, it doesn't look, it looks a little bit like, the '90s one, just with obviously much better special effects and all. But yeah, I'll be checking it out. Mitchell says, "Cheers and promos are coming. Universal is about to unload. Loving everything you do. Awesome. Thank you. Visible Saint says, "I always thought the old Garfield Halloween special needed a bit more Myers." Yeah, everything needs a little more Myers, right? Yeah. So did you guys like those Michael Myers Mondays? If you guys find good ones, send them to me. I'd love to check them out. Mitchell says, "Hopefully Jason Blum will come on this channel soon. Love what you do every day." Well, thank you, man. I would love to get Jason Blum on here. Let's do that. You guys, here's how you can help. Kindly tag Jason Blum on Twitter or any of your social media of choice, but I know he's on IG and Twitter, and say, "Hey, you should go do an interview with Halloween Daily News. They're the most plugged in with the most loyal fans, the best audience out there on YouTube or anywhere. And yeah, it's only going to help him get the message that HK is going to kill, no pun intended, but yeah, pun intended, you know what I'm talking about, is going to fucking kill this fall. And you know, not that he really needs to get the word out to us. I think we got the word, but yeah, let's try to get Jason on here. Let's go for it. Why not? You know? So what do you guys think? Are we going to get something like this in just a few days? So do the rest of you guys think we should do a live if the poster drops on a day other than a Monday? It would be something very much like this, where we'd come on, only we'd pretty much have one topic, and it would be that poster, that image. Mitchell's gonna reach out to Jason. Holy crap. Okay, man. You're the man. Hook it up. Yeah, let him know. That would be amazing to bring Jason Blum on here on the channel. Wouldn't you guys love that? Yeah, I think we know the marketing is definitely going to kick in soon. I think that is for sure. You guys say it's going to be Myers staring at the hospital. Mitchell says, give him 10 days. Okay, man. Hey, you know, I mean, I can, you know, 10 days, that works, man. You're the man. You know where I'll be in 7 days. I'll be right back here. And whatever day that poster drops. I tell you, I'd be surprised if the 6 month mark, if April 15th comes and goes and there's nothing at all. I'd be pretty surprised. It may not even be if it's not a poster, you know. I mean, the official Halloween movies account has been sharing a lot of behind the scenes stuff, both from the 2018 film and also from Carpenter's 78 in recent weeks. They're clearly, you know, ramping up, I'd say, activity. And I think that's for obvious reasons, because there's about to be a lot more activity. I've been saying the last few weeks on here that these news items have been very, very sparse. You know, no announcements on merch right now. And I think that's because there's a lot of HK stuff that's just waiting to get the green light to be told, okay, you can reveal this now, or you can at least, you know, announce it, if not start taking pre-orders. You know, not just the mask, not just the Trick or Treat Studios mask. There's that, of course. But I think there's a lot of things like that, like a NECA figure, most likely. You know, I'd love to see a Funko Pop of a. Why didn't we get a 2018 one? I don't know. But hopefully we'll get that, and a Kills, and an Ends for that matter, and some Lori while we're at it. You know, but we'll have to see. How many actors played Myers in 78? Oh, man. What we've counted before, I think it's like 5 or 6 when you, I mean, there's Deborah Hill, you know, who did the hands in the opening scene. And of course, it's Nick Castle for the walking and for the head tilt. And it's Tommy Lee Wallace whenever he's breaking any furniture or busting through the closet. It's Will Sandin when it's young Michael. And there's Jim Winburn, who does the fall. He's the stunt man. And then there's Tony Moran, who's unmasked Michael, age 26. So that's, I count 6. And who knows if Carpenter or anybody else might be in a frame or two wearing that mask at some point in that movie. But as far as the on-the-record people that we know portrayed Michael in that film, I'm pretty sure it's 6. Yeah, it's definitely 6. Had V1 if not for the internet. Oh, come on. At least there's young Michael and older Michael, if nothing else. But yeah, 6. Yeah, how many have played Michael all together though in all the films? I don't even know the total at this moment. I know they were pretty much everybody was there at H4O. The only one that wasn't was Tony Moran. Yeah. Does it count when he takes the mask off? Sure. Yeah. I mean, technically, that's Michael, and when he puts the mask on, that's the shape, I guess, if you want to get real, kind of. But, oh, absolutely. That counts. Tony Moran is the credited Michael Myers in the film, even though he's in it for like 3 seconds, but that is his face. He is the face of Michael Myers. Um, you know, Nick Castle is the credited as the shape. But Tommy Lee Wallace did a lot of that performance, and it's all of them. It's all of them combined. That's why when you're ranking Myers, you do have to remember, when you look at H2 with Dick Warlock, that's all Dick Warlock. He coordinated all the stunts, he performed all the stunts. That's him every time. And he told me in the interview, if you watched it, that he based it off of Nick at the end of the movie, which he feels now looking at it that he is a little too robotic in some scenes. But he felt like he was trying to honor what Nick did, especially in the finale of the film, after Michael sits up after the hanger in the closet, and so that is one way, though. You can't really mimic Michael from the first movie, but so much because it is a collaboration that brought that character to life in that first movie. And truthfully, it's collaboration in all the movies. I think even Tyler Mane had doubles for some scenes. I mean, in part 4 and 6, it's George Wilbur for a lot, but then you've also got Tom Morga for a lot of part 4. And you've also got A. Michael Lerner for a lot of 6, and so it's but Dick Warlock and Don Shanks did almost pretty much all their own stuff in those films, so that's purely them. And I'm pretty sure the same can be said for Duran and Laree, and yeah. So, but right up to now, we've got a collaboration. I mean, Nick Castle, James, and Courtney are both credited, and rightfully so. It's kind of like how it takes multiple actors to bring Darth Vader to life. You've got the voice of Darth Vader, and then you've got the actor, in the suit, but then you've got quite possibly another actor, outside of the mask. All right, missing some super chats here. Mitchell with another $1.99 and a cool thank you. And $5, Marcus Hicks. Welcome, Marcus. Happy Michael Myers Monday. He says, hey, Matt, will you be doing a reaction to the Kills trailer when it comes out? Well, that's something else I'd like to ask you guys about. Would you guys want to see me do a reaction? Which, would be, I mean, do you want to actually see my reaction the first time I ever watch it? Or do you want me to watch it like about 10 times and then come on here and give you all of my thoughts, which are still going to be my pretty much immediate, not really thought out, but my immediate thoughts on it, my reaction? Or would you are you guys talking about a reaction literally? Because I've seen both, and but to answer your question, Marcus, I am thinking of doing that. Yes, if you guys, the audience of these Michael Myers Monday lives, want to see that, and which I would love to hear. Mitchell says June 15th. I'm not going to doubt you, man. I think June 15th makes sense. Is Candyman coming out that week? Because if that's Candyman week, I think it makes all the sense in the world. Was there a new Guys with Two Head? No, the Marcus Dunstan and Patrick Melton episode is the newest, which was out last week. But Sean has posted some of his flashback convention revisited videos since then, and I need to get caught up on them. I'm loving some of those older videos. Did you see his old one with Tony Moran from like 15 years ago? And it was like Tony's first ever convention and first ever on camera interview. It's pretty wild. You guys, Ken says it's going to be the poster with the burned side of the mask with blood tears. So you think the poster will be the opposite side of the mask, which now we know is gonna be all burnt up, and that'll be our first really good look. I mean, then they really could probably start selling the mask and some of the merch anyway, because then it'd be the equivalent of this teaser from 2018, this one. But let's say it's coming out from the opposite side, the opposite top corner, and it's the opposite, it's the left side of the mask, like you guys are saying. I could see that. Vibes, can you interview Danielle? Yes, I mean, I'd love to. And the last time we saw her, we did, my wife and I both told her that, it's basically an open invitation. She's more than welcome to come. I did interview her very briefly once upon a time, way back in 2012, actually prior to the launch of HDN. And she gave me a scoop for our other entertainment website that she was going to be in Halloween. That she was going to be in Hatchet 3. And that was a scoop because while Kane had said something about it somewhere, at that point, it was not yet announced or confirmed that she was definitely back for that one. And she gave me that scoop at a convention in 2012. But that being said, I've not interviewed her about her life and career and her place as a Halloween icon the way I would like to. And so, yeah, she's definitely on the wish list at some point. Do I remember the film The Boogeyman, Byron? It's not a fan film. It's just a movie called The Boogeyman. I remember something called like Boogity or Mr. Boogity or something like that. But I remember something about Boogeyman. All right, so you guys want to do a trailer reaction. Want me to do a trailer reaction. All right. That sounds good. Awesome. Yeah, the responses I see are saying to do it. A Jamie Lee Curtis interview? Yeah, I'd love to, Ken. Yeah, call her up and send her my way. Yeah, I mean, hey, you never know. I've gotten already to meet and to, in many cases, interview so many of my heroes. Just not even just in the horror genre or the Halloween franchise. I mean, certainly there, but just in general, just people that I grew up watching and have so much admiration for. So I say never say never. But yeah, she's definitely tough to get on a YouTube channel like ours. But never say never, right? David says trailer and poster reaction. Okay, and now so just to clarify, when we're talking about reaction, are we talking about the same thing? Like I'll come on after we've all watched it a couple times, and then we'll discuss feelings, emotions. We'll dissect the poster. We'll zoom in. We'll lighten it up. All that stuff. Or are you saying let's sit down? I haven't watched the trailer yet. Here, you can look at my face while I'm watching it. I mean, y'all, if you guys let me know, because I've not done an actual like straight up reaction thing, but yeah, maybe we can do that. I am thinking though that yeah, I mean, let's try it out with the poster. Let's try maybe a non-Monday, unless of course they release it on a Monday, which would awfully convenient for us. But let's see. Right now this Thursday is looking kind of open for me. So if something were to happen, we could probably do something. And again, I'm toying with the idea. I mean, I like the 10:31. I like being kind of late night, kind of like you gotta stay up past your bedtime and be a little dedicated to be here. But maybe we do it a little bit earlier. What do you guys think about that? Oh, sorry guys, I had my mic muted there by accident for a second. Marcus, you are the man. Dropping a $10 super chat. Marcus says Candyman comes out in August. The Forever Purge comes out in July, which is a Universal Blumhouse movie. Perfect movie to attach to Halloween Kills trailer 2. Yeah, I think in both cases that could very easily be. July makes a lot of sense to me. I think uh, wasn't that when 2018 was released, right around July? And I think it was with a Purge movie, wasn't it? Right around that time, if I'm not mistaken, or was it June? I think maybe it was June. But in any case, right around a Purge movie makes all the sense in the world. But I did think last year when they had the new Candyman lined up for June, I was very confident in the idea that the trailer would be attached to that. In other words, released that week. Um, if that's still coming out in June, I'm going to say that, yeah, I think that's probably what's going to happen again, that it'll come out because, again, Candyman, it's one of those landmark franchises. I love the Purge franchise, but it's a modern franchise, much newer. It's come along in the last 10 years. Candyman has much more history, a much broader audience just based on its name and its franchise appeal. So I think it makes all the sense in the world to attach the trailer to that. If not, um, then definitely The Purge in July. Like if we haven't gotten it by then absolutely. And as far as August, yeah, I would say probably a whole nother, uh, very possibly another trailer in August. So yeah, the Forever Purge in July, Candyman's in August. So yeah, we would definitely get another trailer. I would assume in August because that's when I'm thinking we'll get one anyway, trailer 2. So that would come with Candyman. So a teaser, a month before with the Forever Purge, certainly possible. What's coming out in mid-June though, guys? There's got to be something that Blumhouse and Universal can attach it to in June. What am I forgetting? Mitchell kindly with another 2.99 super chat. Thank you so much. And guys, yeah, let's pause. Let's toast Mitchell and let's toast Marcus. Marcus, welcome to the broadcast. You are officially a friend of the brand. You are an ally. Thank you for being here and thank you for your support, man. It means everything. And for your thoughtful comments and questions. yeah, you guys make this so much fun, and I'm sorry I can't get to all of you all the time. It is a challenge, but you guys make it so much fun. And every week I'm like, is anybody going to be here? Is anybody going to watch this week? But you guys, you keep showing up, so we're going to keep doing it. So, yeah, let me take that pause drink. Here we go. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Thank you, fellas. Thank you, truly. Mitchell says, God bless Matt. Cheers. Earlier is good. Jason Blum will hopefully attend. You mean attend my earlier reaction video? Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, let's get Jason Blum up in here. Look, I love what he does. I mean, I've listened to him, and he is, he doesn't keep it a secret how he kind of his model for success, and he's said it in numerous interviews that I've read and watched, and it's basically he gives directors the freedom to make the films they want to make, and he says, I'm not going to give you a ton of money, but I'm going to give you enough money, and I'm going to give you creative freedom, and I'm going to guarantee you that your film is released. The only catch is, on their original films, he says that there's never a guarantee up front how it will be released, whether it will be Amazon Prime, or Netflix, or straight to VOD, or premium VOD, or a theatrical, or a limited theatrical, a festival run, because they've done a lot of things differently. Now, an established IP like Halloween now, obviously, that's a little bit different, But how he's done his stuff, and a lot of his stuff, like the first Purge and all, they have become major big franchises now. So I love kind of his method of giving the directors the freedom and staying out of that, staying out of their way, because I think that's what a good producer does is they get all, they fill the circus with all the right talents and then step back and let the show happen. So yeah, Mitch. I mean, if you got the direct line, you are the man. Um, yeah, I can't. I would love to interview Jason this year, and yeah. So if he wants to come on here and participate, that would be amazing. Byron asks who I would want to direct Halloween: The Fate of Allison or Halloween Generations. Again, there's so many directors after a David Gordon Green. I mean, if we're continuing Allison's story with David Gordon Green started, though, it'd be hard to see another filmmaker come in. I mean, I'd love to see what somebody like, I just interviewed Damien Leone, so I mean, he's on my mind. The idea of like a Leone-verse version of Halloween, that blows my mind. We've talked about Adam Green before on here. I think what he would do could be very interesting. And as much as I love all the Hatchet movies and his extreme gore, if you've never seen his movie Frozen, not the Disney one, but check out Frozen, and that's what really gave me confidence of thinking, okay, Adam Green could do a Halloween movie. He could do something that's emotional and psychological and not just gore. Which I love that the Hatchet films and their gore, but I also know that that's not necessarily the aesthetic you want to bring to Haddonfield. But I mean, he's somebody I wouldn't mind seeing, and especially with some of your ideas, Byron. Um, you know, maybe somebody like Adam Green. I always said before they named David Gordon Green, one of my picks for directors, somebody I've championed for a long time, is Ty West. I love all of his films. I've always thought he had kind of his own kind of Carpenter vibe to me. Like when I watch his films, I feel like a voice similar to that, where he's doing a lot with a little in many cases, meaning, he doesn't do a lot of quick cutting, a lot of crazy camera angles. One long steady shot gets a lot done sometimes, and great filmmakers know how to do it, and they're never, empty space is never quite empty. It's they're using every part of the frame, using every bit of dialogue. Nothing's ever wasted. And all the fat's always trimmed off. So he was one of the directors I was all for at the time, before announcing David Gordon Green, who I never in a million years would have picked to direct this movie. I'm glad they picked him. I think he did a great job, and I love what he's doing now. So I want to see more. But yeah, I mean, any of those guys, to me, they were in the running even before they announced details of this film. But yeah, I'd look at, Ty West, you know, here Adam Green out when he would, but yeah, if you're continuing Allison's, well, she, you probably need David Gordon Green, honestly. Somebody from that team, anyway. Byron says the director of Freaky and director of Lights Out. Yeah, maybe those guys. I haven't seen Freaky yet. Mitchell, I hope you are right. I don't know where you are getting your inside scoop. If you are a plant from Blumhouse, then you're welcome here anytime, because I'm hearing what you're singing and I'm dancing to it. Yeah, let's just hope it's right. Mitchell says Jamie Lee Curtis is about to release a message about Halloween Kills. It'll never be the same. Halloween fans are about to get a major treat. Hey, it is now officially April 13th, which means we are exactly 6 months and 2 days away from the theatrical release of Halloween Kills. Which means if things go like they normally do, the 14th is preview night, which means we're actually only about 24 hours away from when some of us might see that first preview, assuming preview nights are a thing again by October. Someone asked if I know if Blumhouse allows complete creative control. Well, as far as complete, I don't know. I mean, I from what Jason Blum has said publicly, he pretty much gives his directors control, and from what I've heard from the directors that have worked with him, that's pretty much the case. But I mean, does anybody ever get 100% creative control? I don't know, but it sounds like he does. I mean, it sounds like he gives it pretty as complete as somebody on that size budget, which again, his films are low budget in comparison to Hollywood films, compares to a lot of Universal stuff. Yeah, that's the low end of the spectrum. But in the world of indie filmmaking now, Jason Blum, that's a massive, like, McDonald's sized product. So, but yeah, he gives creative control from what I understand, and that's why a lot of the filmmakers like working with him. Well, Mitchell, I am hoping that you are right, sir. And guys, how exciting is that if so? Saint says Freaky was more amusing than scary. Yeah, I mean, I plan to watch it. I did watch the Happy Death Day movies, and I didn't love them. Again, I maybe I wasn't in the right mindset. I mean, I love Groundhog Day. I mean, it's a classic, and I just you know, um, I liked the first one a little bit more than the second one. I felt like the second one they were, is just getting crazier. Which, you know, again, I've said before about this Halloween franchise. If you're gonna go crazy, you might as well go balls out crazy. Otherwise, stick to, you know. But I will see Freaky eventually, definitely. Byron, what did I think of the pumpkin intro for Halloween? Yeah, I think composers, Trent Reznor would be great to score it with Atticus Ross. Again, if Carpenter is not interested or not available. If if Carpenter's bandmates, Cody Carpenter and Daniel Davies, are not interested or not available. If Alan Howarth passes or is otherwise unavailable, yeah, Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross would be awesome to score it. I love their cover of the Halloween theme that they released. When was that? 2017, I think they released it. Saint says Freaky felt more like the second Happy Death Day, honestly. Yeah. Yep. That's kind of what it looked like with Freaky. Like, I mean, again, I know a lot of people are like, oh, that makes Vince Vaughn, he should play a slasher and all, and I mean, again, it's Freaky Friday with horror, which again, if you're in the right mood, and I mean, I find ways to enjoy almost anything, but um, I got to be in the right mood sometimes. And there are some really great horror comedies that I love. Like, I consider like Scream it's a straight horror movie, but it totally works as a horror comedy as well. Same thing with Leslie Vernon. Um, so and many others, but Cabin in the Woods, even. I mean, so many are like that. Let's see, when was Loomis born? I don't know that. I don't know when. Oh, David knows. March 1922. Okay, so the real Donald Pleasance was born in 1920. Okay, thank you, David. Good job. Intro credits, a carving jack-o'-lantern, blood oozes from orifices. I like that. Oozing from the orifices of the jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, there's a fan film that somebody did a few years ago that they did something like that for their teaser trailer. They actually let us premiere their teaser trailer, and yeah, it was that. Actually, they used the Trent Reznor cover, the Reznor cover of Carpenter's Halloween. Yeah, when was Loomis born? I don't know. Matt V says I did share on my Facebook. I don't know what that is. Did Michael Myers go to school? Yeah, I don't think so. Saint says for her comedy, check out Dead and Breakfast. A shot if you haven't yet. More on the comedy side. But, all right, I'll check that one out. That sounds good. All right, looks like Mitchell explaining how the pay scale works. Yeah, you guys don't knock the supers if anybody's doing that. I mean, yeah, that's literally what uh, keeps us going here. As there's not a whole lot of money in running a website and doing videos like this, so every penny helps. As I've said before, when you read our articles and it's got those disclaimers about associate links, every bit of that helps. That's why, I mean, I never planned to be in the retail business, but we have to. We have to, sell things. And of course, if I'm going to sell things, I'm going to sell things that I love to people that are like me, which is you guys. So that's why we do that. And yeah, these super chats. Yeah, Mitchell love you too, man. Yeah, that's what it's all about here is just helping us. There's another awesome. Thank you, Mitchell. Yeah, keep those super chats coming, guys, because that's what it's all about. And while I'm at it, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on the notifications, hit that little bell, and that'll turn on the notifications. You'll know when I do go live. If we do get that poster tomorrow or the next day or Thursday or next week, you'll know because I might just want to jump right on here and start talking to you guys about it because you know how excited I'm going to be and I'm going to want to feel that from you guys too. But so thank you again, Mitchell. Let's see. Ken keeps bringing it up, but maybe Billy Idol's Eyes Without a Face for the opening of the movie. That's where it can be put in the movie. Ken, I love your idea of using Billy Idol's Eyes Without a Face in Halloween Kills. or any Halloween movie, because if you guys are Halloween historians, then you know that the original Eyes Without a Face movie, the black and white film, which Blade Discussing just recently did a feature on, coincidentally, if you believe in coincidences, it was part of the inspiration for Michael Myers, and Carpenter talks about that in interviews in the past and documentaries. So I would love to hear that song used. I mean, maybe they show that movie. Somebody watching that film, because the Halloween franchise has a history of always, people are always watching horror movies, The Thing, whatever. That'd be pretty cool if they're watching that one, and then use the Billy Idol song at some point. I would love that. I would love that. I see you guys got the got the trivia going again. That's good. Keep it up. That's awesome. Yeah, no, let's not send Michael to space. I don't think any of us need to see that. Although we'd all watch, right? We'd all be watching. But no, I don't need to see that. Would I still use the Halloween theme? Yeah, I mean, I like the theme in the opening. The Shape Hunts Allison is good, but it's a little intense for the opening of the film, like the opening credits, I think. So, there's Mitchell with another cheers. I love it. I'll cheers to that. Okay. So, look, guys, it's after midnight. It's now Tuesday. I don't know, maybe we'll start doing Terrifier Tuesdays here or something. You guys let me know if you want to do something like that. But this is a big week, I think. I think it's going to be an exciting week. Mitchell's got inside scoop, he says. It's going to be exciting week. We know it's going to be an exciting month. Well, we're pretty sure it's going to be an exciting month. But when this poster drops, if it's what you guys are describing, like the left side of the mask, kind of haunting like that first teaser poster. Yeah, I mean, I would love it to be kind of a companion to that. I know we talked a little bit about Kong versus Godzilla. I love how all those MonsterVerse movies, if you look at all their posters, their main posters over the years, they could all, almost be combined into one panoramic still, because they all kind of go together and they're very artistic and beautiful. And so I hope this trilogy of films kind of does something similar. But I'm certainly interested in seeing that. Okay, so if I'm hearing you guys right, then that means when the poster drops, be it this Thursday, be it tomorrow, be it whenever, if I'm available, we need to jump on here ASAP and start talking. So, obviously, it'll be reported on the site ASAP. And it'll go on our social media. And then, we'll do something to the effect of, let's talk about this poster. And that'll be, that's why you got to be subscribed, got to have the notifications turned on so you get notified for everything. Otherwise, YouTube just kind of filters out a lot of stuff. So, but, and then with the trailer, you guys want to see a reaction. I like it. I like the idea. So I'm down. Let's do that. Let's plan to do that. I'm still not 100% sure what type of reaction that you guys are talking about. I'm talking about coming on and discussing, like dissecting, like I've already watched it a couple of, but if you're talking about an actual reaction of like me watching it and you watching me while I'm watching it, I mean, that's possible too, but that's going to be tough because I'm going to have to work fast, get it posted on the website. That'll all have to come before I'm even online here, So to get an honest reaction, it would have to be. But you guys let me know what you think about that. And if you're watching this on replay or something after we're done, feel free to drop the comments down below, and let me know what you think. Meanwhile, keep sharing these videos. Keep letting your friends know if you've got like-minded friends that love Michael Myers, love the Halloween movie franchise, or just love Halloween in general, or just love horror in general. They're more than welcome here. The more the merrier. There's Mitchell again coming through big tonight. Again, you guys give it up for Mitchell. You are the man. Happy Michael Myers Monday. One of my longest running supporters too, guys. Mitchell has been here since like day one. You guys, this is awesome. Give him all the props. Mitchell says, Jason Blum supports you all day. Jules on Twitter. Okay, I know Jules on Twitter. Okay. Yeah, she's always retweeting our stuff and a big supporter of our channel here. Awesome. Okay. So Jules on Twitter is your sister. I gotcha. Well, I hope Jason supports us. We certainly we certainly do a lot to support them, and we do it because we love what they're doing. But yeah, I would love to interview Jason. Ryan Turek is another one that at some point I'd love to talk to. He's another kind of inspirational figure for me. You know, a writer like myself that was a fan and then was a journalist, and now he's helping make the movies. He's kind of living the dream. Ryan Freeman too with Trancas. I would love to talk to him. I know Malik's a long shot, but never say never. But Ryan Freeman, who's kind of like Malik's right hand man there with Trancas, I would love to get him on here. Just kind of saying some things out loud that aren't by any means set to happen, but maybe they say sometimes if you say something, it'll help manifest it down the road. So I don't know. Let's try that. I'm just saying it. You guys are saying it, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. But yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love to make that happen. Let's make it happen. And while we're at it, let's get the hashtag trending nationwide by about September all the way through October. Increase the visitation and the viewers, traffic a little bit. Yeah, as long as we're saying stuff out loud. But but that's awesome, Mitch, man. That's awesome to hear. Which says David Gordon Green is about to release his video 3 to 4 weeks. Man. Okay. I don't know what video that means. I guess that's not going to be another trailer. You're talking about just another behind the scenes video, maybe? I don't know. But that is great. Great words of encouragement, no matter what. Great words of encouragement. And to all you guys, Mitchell, of course, David and Byron and Ken and just all you guys. I know Phil's out there and Sammy and just all these guys, Vibes. You guys make it worth it every week to come on here, and I always wonder, if anybody's gonna be watching, and you guys are always here. So thank you again for being here. There's Matt V coming in with another super chat. I give you applause, sir. Thank you so much. I'll drink to you. Everybody, toast Matt V, another loyal supporter. You guys, again, you all make it very, very exciting and worth it and make my night. So thank you. Happy Michael Myers Monday. That's all right. That's all right, Matt. That's all right. Hey, like I said, every penny makes all the difference in the world. All right. It is after midnight. Let's get some rest. We might have a big day tomorrow. We got a big week coming up. Let's do this again when that teaser trailer or when that teaser poster drops. Certainly when that teaser trailer drops. Okay, guys? So I'm going to get out of here. I'll keep the live feed going for a few minutes once I'm off, just in case you guys need to finish up your chatting. And let's plan to do this again. I'll have a new episode of the Halloween show on Friday, no matter what. And whenever that poster comes on, we'll be back on here to talk about it together, to digest it together, to dissect it together. All right. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Happy 6 months till Halloween kills. Till then, till next time, I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you all for watching, everybody. Thanks again, everybody. I will see you guys soon. Happy Michael Myers Monday.